Hi guys, it's me Tech Jake, and today we're taking a look at something a little different from my usual tech reviews, but still super relevant if you love gadgets that actually make your daily routine better. If you're into coffee, or honestly just like a smooth cup of cappuccino, latte, or even hot chocolate, this machine I've been testing might actually surprise you. It's a coffee machine with a built-in milk frother, an electric foam maker that's designed to give you that cafe-style experience right at home. Now, you already know how this goes. Every morning, most of us are reaching for coffee. Some people go to Starbucks, some to local cafes, and some just grab a quick instant cup at home. But when you want that extra creamy layer, that thick foam sitting on top of your drink, that's when you start thinking about cappuccino machines or separate milk frothers. And usually, they can be complicated, take up a lot of space, and cost a lot. But this one here tries to do it all in a compact kitchen appliance without breaking the bank. I've been using this coffee machine milk frother combo for a couple of weeks, and the first thing I noticed is how user-friendly it is. You literally just add your coffee grounds, pour in water, and use the frother for your milk. In less than 5 minutes, you've got a cappuccino that looks like it came out of a cafe. And yes, I tried making lattes, cappuccinos, and even some experimental drinks with almond milk and oat milk, because not everyone uses regular dairy, and the frother still whipped it up into a nice foam. Now, let's talk design. This machine has a pretty minimal and modern look. It doesn't scream industrial cafe equipment, but it doesn't look cheap either. It fits nicely on a countertop, especially if you're working with limited kitchen space. I personally like that it's not covered in unnecessary buttons and dials. The controls are straightforward, which is what most people want at 7 a.m. when they're barely awake. Performance-wise, the heating element does its job really well. The coffee brews hot, not lukewarm like some budget machines. The frother is surprisingly powerful. Usually with smaller appliances, you expect them to struggle when frothing thicker milk alternatives, but I got a consistent foam each time. Now, is it going to beat a $1,000 espresso machine? Of course not. But for the price point, it's punching way above its weight. Cleaning is another big part of the story here. I've had coffee makers that are a nightmare to clean. This one has detachable parts that make it way easier. The milk frother jug comes out and rinses easily, and the drip tray is also removable. For me, that's a big win because if something is too hard to clean, you'll just stop using it after a week. Something else I like is versatility. You're not locked into just one type of drink. If you want a straight black coffee, it'll do that. If you want a cappuccino with dense foam, it'll do that. If you're in the mood for a latte with silky milk, yep, it'll do that too. And even if you don't drink coffee, you can still use the frother for hot chocolate or even just to make warm milk for kids. Now, in true MKBHD style honesty, let's talk downsides. It's not the quietest coffee machine in the world. The brewing sound and the frother motor are noticeable, especially if you live in a small apartment or you're making coffee really early in the morning. Also, the water reservoir is on the smaller side. If you're making coffee for a family of 4 every morning, you'll be refilling it pretty often. Another thing is that it doesn't have the kind of fine-tuned espresso customization that high-end machines give you. You can't control pressure, grind size, or extraction time here. It's more of a convenience-first machine, which, depending on who you are, might be exactly what you want. But overall, the experience here has been pretty great. I didn't expect to get cafe-style drinks out of a machine at this price point, but it's honestly made my mornings more enjoyable. That foam really does make a difference. A cappuccino without foam feels incomplete, and having that fluffy, silky layer makes it feel like you're treating yourself, even when you're just at home before work. Let's get into the value